After having broken the piece that clipped onto the sun visor for the GoPro just outside of Susanville that you saw, I didn't think I was going to be able to use the GoPro again. I went to a couple of stores while I was in Klamath Falls, a couple of Walmarts and a Target, and I didn't find anything that I could use to do that. And I kind of got curious as I got off the freeway leaving Klamath Falls to go over to Medford, and got the I have a big suitcase thing full of GoPro stuff, and I was able to devise something to stick on the bottom of the windshield, and it worked out really well. It actually worked out better than the one up above. It's not in the way. I can use my sun visor, and so yeah, I went this little trip over to Medford, about an hour and a half or so, and got some footage of that. So yeah, here we go with that. Okay, well, I figured out by using some of my accessories for the GoPro, stuck together a suction cup thing and a helmet mount, and got this GoPro going again. I wish I would have put this much effort into it back at Klamath, so I could have got some much better footage around Klamath Lake, and especially after it broke up above Susanville, coming down the other side of the mountains into a place called Honey Lake. Yeah, that's an absolutely beautiful thing, but I'm not going back that way. So won't get to see that. Maybe if Jennifer and I come up here again, we've been invited to what do they call it, ops something at Train Mountain next June, which is a big meet, and they have competitions and stuff. It sounds like a lot of fun, but yeah, we'll see. Always enjoy coming up and visiting Kathy, which I'm headed right now to my friend Kathy Lamb, her boyfriend's place over in Ashland, Oregon. Spend the night over there and visit. But yeah, on my navigation, when I set it for Ashland, when I got on this road, it tries to take me the shortest way. And Kathy said that this is a beautiful highway, so I stayed on this. This is Highway 66, Oregon 66. And when I got on it, it said it's an historic highway. I don't know what's historic about it, but if you see something cool, I'm gonna pull over and check it out. There's the Klamath River. Assuming by the way the current looked that river flows south. Gaining quite a bit of altitude, elevation, and oh yeah, I wish I could pan the camera off to the right. I'm sure it'll have something pretty similar, get kind of a break in just this trees alongside the road. We can see the mountains we're climbing up into. Hayden Mountain Summit, 4,695 feet. Not much higher than Tehachapi, but it sure is a whole different climate up here. All these pines. The pines up in the Tehachapi don't start till about 5,500 feet. Shot of the forested mountains. It's exactly the shot I wanted all of you to see. If I would have taken the navigation route, it would have been about 20 minutes faster to go that way. While traveling, if I don't have to be somewhere, for taking scenic routes, not necessarily just the longest route, but if it's going to be scenic like this is, that's what I want to do. This would be a great road on the Harley. Open range. I haven't seen any cattle that weren't out yet, and this isn't really grazing territory, but you never know. Keep your eyes peeled. Halfway between Klamath Falls and Ashland. Kathy said there was a couple of little towns and lakes, but I haven't seen anything or any mileposts to any other towns other than Ashland. So maybe that other road, maybe that was the one she was talking about. I don't know. You know me. I love to speculate. Friendly, out there waving at people, having a little mini mart thing out there selling stuff. Okay, Lincoln. I don't know if this is one of the towns she's talking about or not, but it's a town. Oh, that's cool. Looks like their school building, I guess. I don't know. That was that. Oh, this is such a slow speed limit because there was a school there. So I guess that is their school. Bunch of closed businesses. So much for Lincoln. There are still some homes tucked away in the trees here. With the speed limit back up to 55, I can assume that we are out of the township of Lincoln. Green Springs Inn. That's one of the places she was telling me about. So I guess I'm on the right road. So I know I'm on the right road because it ends in Ashland no matter how long it takes. This is the lower end of what said Hyatt Reservoir. You can just kind of barely see it through the trees. Steep downhill, all right. Summit there. I was kind of watching the road. I didn't see if it had an elevation on it. Green Springs Summit, I think is what it said. And they weren't lying. This is a steep road. Relatively steep coming up. Love old abandoned buildings. Always wonder what their story is. Like taking pictures of them, but that looked like I saw a house across the street and nowhere for me to pull over to take a picture of it. I'm on a couple of Facebook groups of abandoned places. But yeah, when I see abandoned, whether they're just little buildings or big factories or whatever, I always wonder what the story is. Sometimes, at one point, that was somebody's pride and joy, and what happened, why they abandoned it. Little valley off to the left. Again, I wish I could pan. Looks like, oops, somebody didn't make that. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. And this is the Siskiyou Range is a volcanic range. Mount Shasta is part of that. We'll see that on the way back when we leave Medford and head back down into California. Lots of volcanic peaks in this area. Klamath was the same way. Look at that. Batteries die at the most inopportune times. There's some really cool views of those raggedy looking peaks behind us, and nowhere to pull over on this road for a few miles. But no, still cool valley, and the lake up there, or down there. Coming into, I'm assuming, the Central Valley of Oregon, which is much like the Central Valley of California. It's pretty much the same climate, the same look, scrubby oak and stuff like that. Those of you who are familiar with the area know what I'm talking about, and some of you who have seen some of the footage from the Harley rides we've taken. And some of the area between Bakersfield and Tehachapi, it's kind of the same dry, scrubby looking stuff. And it does get hot over Medford, Ashland. Not typically as hot as Bakersfield or the Central Valley from Sacramento on down, or even Redding. Redding gets really hot too. But it does get pretty warm up here. I've been up here a few times when it was around 100 degrees. So it is a very similar climate to Bakersfield. They just get more rain. Bicycle event. They had one of those in Klamath Falls too. I wasn't around it, but some of the people at the coffee shop I had breakfast at for 3 days in a row said it made a mess of Klamath Falls. Speaking of messes in Klamath Falls, I was going to go to that restaurant this morning, but there was a car show there, and the staging to get into the downtown area where the car show was going to be was backed up, I don't know, a quarter of a mile or so. So there was no way I could get into downtown, so I had to go find somewhere else to eat. Found a place called Nibley's. It was all right. I'll give them an okay review on TripAdvisor and Google. Not a great one, but a good one. Get a look at the, gets a little more barren. Free sample of cherries. This is what annoys me about bicyclists. This guy is riding the line. Stop trying to ride next to your riding buddy and stay out of the road. I'm willing to share the road, but I'm not willing to give it to them. I'm tired of them doing that. Sorry if you're a bicyclist, but if you do that, you need to stay out of the way a little bit. Stay as far away from the edge of the road as possible, just in case. I watch out for you like a hawk, and I'm not going to do anything stupid to try to hurt you. But that ain't the way everybody drives. Sway back horse. As happens often with the GoPro, batteries are good for about 30 minutes. And I stopped and changed them here and there, and turned the GoPro off when I'm not using it. But just before I got into Medford, the battery died, and I don't generally always notice when the battery dies. It has a little light, red light that flashes while it's working, and if that goes out, the battery's dead. And it was a narrow, curvy, unfamiliar road, and I wasn't paying that much attention, so didn't get to show you how to get to Kathy's house. And Kathy Lamb dear friend. She and her significant other live in Medford, and I spent the night with them, broke some bread, had some fun, visited, got caught up, and headed out the next day.